Okay, so we're doing this problem. And we have decided that part A is a block experiment. So if you were reading this problem at home and you're like, what kind of design is it? It is a block design. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do part B. And part B is assume that 600 men and 500 women suffering from high blood pressure are available for the study. Outline in a diagram the design of the experiment. Be sure to indicate how many subjects are assigned to the various treatment groups. So if you guys could do this for me right now, that would be great. Okay, so what we're going to do is we decided this was going to be a block design, right? So we're going to write block design, and it's going to be gender, because we have to tell them what are we blocking it by. Now, this in part A, you should have said, we're going to use a block design because the medication affects men and women differently, so we're going to block it by gender. That would be so even though you said that in A, when you're going to outline, you need to write it again, okay? So we're blocking by gender. So we have what? We have men and we have women. Thanks for finishing that sentence. I really appreciate it. And then how many males do we have? Or this would be group 1 men. 600. So we're going to put 600 here. And then this is group 2. And we have 500? Okay. Now, we have a treatment. And what are they testing? What is the treatment that they're trying to see if it affects men and women differently?
I have a question.
Okay? So the question is why there are 600 men, why there are 500 women, you would want them equal. Because in the problem they said they have 600 men and they have 500 women. So that's fine. You're just, you want them as close to be as possible. So we have 600 men, so we're going to test the 600 men. We're going to test the 500 women. Sometimes it's not the same, but it's as close as we can, so we'll make the best of that. Okay? So now we have a treatment. And what is the treatment?
ACE.
The ACE. And we're going to have ACE here. So we're going to have ACE. And how many men are we going to put in the first group? 300. You guys, why do I say that the first group? What do we have to have? We have to have a control group. Now remember, you guys, when you think of a control group, and then we're going to have 300, and I need you to put placebo. You guys, because they have to have a placebo, because these people have to believe that they are getting a treatment as well. You can't just say, okay, you're not going to take anything, because they have to believe that they're in the study as well, okay? So what's going to happen with the women, the females? Same thing. This is going to be ACE. And there's going to be 250, and then there's going to be a control group. There's going to be 250, and they are going to get a placebo.
Can we just label the control group like placebo?
No, you need to put control. The placebo is the treatment, control is the group. And this one, you could put treatment. You could put treatment here, and then put the ACE. And then put treatment here. You could also, and then control, and then this one would be the treatment. And then, what are they trying to figure out the outcome? What is it supposed to do? What is this drug supposed to do?
They're comparing the outcomes to treatment from each gender.
Yep, and it measures, if not treated, the condition can also lead to failure. So right here it says high blood pressure adds to the workload of the heart, and it's the risk of heart attacks. So we're measuring and going to compare the risk of heart attacks. Remember, you're going to have to measure something. You can't say, oh, okay, so you have to measure the risk of heart attacks. And then what do you need to do? Oh, why didn't you guys tell me? I'm really sorry, people at home. There we go. Measure risk of heart attacks and compare results, right? Remember, the last thing you have to do is you're going to have to compare those results. Okay, so I am a big fan of the outline. Like, I really, because I'm a visual person, like, I like this. But I've seen kids who've got, like, on this type of question, they haven't outlined it. They've written it out, like, by hand. Like, okay, I'm going to do a block by gender. My group one. My group one will be the 600 men. My group two will be the 500 women. I'm going to divide the men up into two groups, one being the control. So they write a paragraph. There's nothing that's still outlining. So it's really up to you how you feel most comfortable. I like a diagram. I can see it. And obviously because I teach you that way. But that doesn't mean that you have to draw a diagram. Especially on the AP exam, if you're like, okay, I want to outline it, and you're writing. I know that some people are excellent writers, and you just like to write, so go for it. You just want to make sure that you're following every detail. Yes.
For the groups of men and women, do you have to write that it's randomly assigned into the two groups?
You can. I mean, it's not going to hurt. They probably know. But yeah, you can say, right here, you can say randomly assign. And randomly assign. It's not going to hurt you if you do it. And I don't think it will hurt you if you don't do it. Because I also think that the next question that I have is, I believe it's how you're going to choose the people to be in the groups. Okay. Can I take this off? Okay. So the last thing that we're going to do, of course, is we're going to use, so you guys, even though this says use line 134, you're not going to go to your books and use it. They're going to give you this line. So use line 134 of the random digits table below to select the first three men for the study, and use line 142 to select the first three women for the study. So go ahead and do that. I would label my men 001 to 600. You can label them 000 to 599. I just, because it's not going to change anything with the 3 digits, I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to, 278 is the first gentleman, right? Is that what you guys got? 167. 841 is not one. 618 is not one, but 329. I would label the women. Again, it's because they're all 3 digits, it's not really going to matter. So I'm going to do 001 to 500. 728 does not work, but 295 does as well. 023 and 297. Is that what you guys got? So again, I'm going to label, so if they ask you to do this, you need to tell them how you're going to label your subjects or your objects, remember, your individuals, and then you are going to pick the first 3 men, pick the first 3 women. If they don't specify, you do want to say you're going to separate the men and the women. Don't make them one big long line. You can, but you have to say, I'm going to number them this way, and the women are going to be this way, and I'm going to start at this line, or I'm going to use my computer generated, I'm going to use a calculator, so that's what you want to do. do you feel a little bit better with the outlining of the design? Like, is it making a little bit more sense? Okay. Because, as always, I want to do some multiple choice practice with you. So, let's do it. Because I think multiple choice practice is just as important as free response practice. Oh, I don't want to do those. I really want to do this one. These are out of order. There's only one person to blame for that.
Did you start a new video?
No, why?
I don't know.
Should I? What time frame are we on?
Like 11 minutes?
Oh, we'll do this problem. And then we'll answer this problem, then I'll stop it. They all heard it. It's okay. Okay, let's do this problem. Each of the 30 Major League Baseball teams carries a 40-person roster. A sample of 60 players, 5% of all the 1,200 players, is to be randomly selected to undergo drug tests. To do this, each...
Attention students.
Okay, so before I was interrupted, I was talking about this problem, and which you guys could still read, but I'm reading to them. To do this, each team is instructed to put their 40 names in a hat and randomly draw 2 names. Will this method result in a simple random sample of the 1,200 baseball players? So, I want you to think about this question and answer it. At home, please think about this question and answer it, and then I will show you the answer. Okay, at home, I hope you picked it. Okay, did you guys pick an answer? Okay, so how many people picked A? This is my favorite part. Okay, how many people picked B? C? D? E? You guys are gonna love this answer, because it reminds me of the question that you guys missed last night on the quiz. The answer is E. In a simple random sample, every possible group of the given size has to be equally likely to be selected. And this is not true here. For example, with this procedure, it will be impossible for all the Cubs to be together in the final sample. This procedure is an example of a stratified sampling, but stratified sampling does not result in a simple random sample. So, you guys, as soon as they put all of their names in a hat and then they drew them, what they did is they stratified it. As soon as they made different groups, they stratified it. Remember, a simple random sample means everyone's name goes into the same hat and you pull their name out. So there is a likely chance that they could get, I don't know why they picked the Cubs. They should have picked the Rays. All of the Rays could have been in the final sample. All of the Marlins could have been in the sample. All of the Red Sox. All of the Dodgers. Okay? So that's what makes a simple random sample. So last night, the question you missed, they said they did a simple random sample of men and they picked a simple random sample of women. And you guys fell for it because you thought, oh, hey, they picked a simple random sample and then they put them together. You guys, they stratified that as soon as they said, oh, hey, we're gonna do a sample of women, we're gonna do a sample of men, and then we're gonna throw them in. That makes it stratified. Okay, so it's just like with you guys, if I asked you guys a question, I said I want freshmen, sophomores, seniors, juniors, and seniors, and I took a sample of each group and then I put them together, there was never a chance that my entire sample would be made of seniors. So that is the question. You guys are like, that sucks. I know, it's okay. So there we go. I think I can